Hey everyone, Wallace here. Joshua's been on vacation for the past week. He went to Disney World. Said he needed to get away from all the stress and the annoying people. Yet, he didn't take Sid or I. Anyway, hopefully in his time away, he forgot that we're reviewing something from the Muppets. I think that means he remembers.
Hey Wallace, hello Internet. I'm back from vacation, refreshed and ready to review.
Well, that's great, Josh. And I actually decided that we could review...
Wallace, did you forget? We're going to be reviewing Muppets Tonight.
Wait, why are we waiting that long? I mean, it's like 3:30 in the afternoon.
No, you don't understand. What I mean is...
Hey guys.
Hey Sid.
What you doing?
We're reviewing Muppets Tonight.
Wait, why? I mean, it's like 2:30 in the afternoon.
Actually, it's 3:30.
What? Oh no. I'm late. I'll have to talk to you guys later. I gotta be somewhere.
Sid, where are you going?
I can't tell you. I just gotta go.
Well, that's not foreshadowing in the least bit.
Hey Josh, weren't we gonna review that TV show, Muppets Tonight?
Yes we are. First, I want to give a brief explanation. In May of 1990, Muppets creator Jim Henson sadly passed away. However, this would not be the end for the Muppets. While they were still owned by the Jim Henson Company, 2 movies were made in conjunction with Disney, along with Muppet Vision 3D, Jim's last project in what was supposed to be just one part of an entire Muppet-themed area in Walt Disney World. In an interview with puppeteer Kevin Clash, he said that Jim had plans to make an updated version of The Muppet Show before his death, and in 1996, Brian Henson decided to do just that. So, was he able to capture that same magic like his father did 20 years earlier? Let's find out. This is Muppets Tonight. The basic premise of Muppets Tonight is that the Muppets are starting up a new show at their TV station, KMUP. In fact, they have to create it 10 seconds before it goes on the air. However, instead of Kermit the Frog hosting the show, the role is given to Clifford from the Jim Henson Hour, because nobody else wanted to host and he wasn't paying attention. Funny, that's the same way I ended up here. It's just a coincidence that my initials are also JG. And that this is my room.
Muppets Tonight's format is very similar to The Muppet Show, with a little mix of Saturday Night Live. They had various skits and musical numbers, usually with the show's guest star. Guests such as Michelle Pfeiffer, John Goodman, Rick Moranis, Prince, or at the time the artist formerly known as, and even Coolio. There would also be some sort of crisis occurring backstage, which the star would be involved with. Muppets Tonight featured old favorites such as Gonzo, Rizzo, Fozzie, Miss Piggy, and of course Kermit the Frog, along with a gang of new characters, many performed by the newcomer puppeteer Bill Barretta, such as Bobo the Bear, Andy and Randy Pig, Johnny Fiamma, and the one and only Pepe the King, Mr. Poodle Pants.
Late there, Mr. Eagle. You know, the twirly-woo trolley stopped me at Checkpoint Chuckle because I didn't have my 90 passport.
Oh, and Pepe the King Prawn. Some of these characters were funny.
Say, now that we played that violent video game, I feel like hurting you.
I feel like hurting you too, violently.
Oh, yeah.
And some were not.
We have Garth with... Who are you?
I'm Bill. Bubbles come out of my head, see? Like it?
Whoa.
What about Spam?
Hold on. We'll get to her soon. Now, let's talk about some of the major differences.
First, of course, is that Kermit the Frog is not hosting the show. Instead, we have Clifford, the humanoid catfish guy.
Your homie made of foamy.
Secondly, Muppets Tonight takes place in a TV studio instead of a theater like The Muppet Show.
And thirdly, a lot of the acts get cut short, either by cutting backstage or to a comment from Statler and Waldorf, who are now in a retirement home, and later they appear in different locations. Muppets Tonight featured new recurring segments such as The Johnny Fiamma Show,
and you say, I say tomato, and you say tomato, tomato. Let's call the whole thing off.
great moments in Elvis history,
Next week, Elvis of Arabia.
Dang, it's hot out here.
an updated version of Pigs in Space,
Once again, it's time for Pigs in Space. Deep Dish 9, the next generation of Pigs in Space.
and my personal favorite, Swift Wits.
And if you answer correctly, Buffy will receive a lifetime supply of Sniggles live dog treats. Remember, if it wiggles, it sniggles. And I'm sure Buffy is gonna love them, aren't you, pal? By the way, on the off chance you don't get the answer, Buffy will be eaten by Carl the Big Mean Bunny. What? Oh.
Like the new characters, a lot of these segments were funny.
Our topic is noise pollution. Andy Pig, how would you control noise pollution?
By making it nice and quiet.
I'm astonished that answer actually had something to do with the question.
Well, I know. We could put our fingers in our ears.
Yeah.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
But some of them were not.
And now another episode from the files of Fairyland PD. Tonight, Goldie Lockup.
Also, some were just blatant parodies of other shows, like Tales from the Vet,
You! Scared you, didn't I? Yes, always. I am Dr. Phil Van Neuter, your friendly veterinarian.
and The Real World, Muppets.
This is the true story of 5 Muppets.
Pick to live in a house.
And have their lives taped.
To find out what happened,
When Muppets stop being polite and start being real. The real world. Muppets.
We also have Bay of Pigs Watch, where we are introduced to Spamela Hamderson, and she's... Oh my god, look at her!
Shut up! Shut up! She's a pig. She's a pig. She's a pig.
Yeah, a pig blessed in certain areas. While we're on that subject, I think it's the right time to discuss that Muppets Tonight, when compared to The Muppet Show, is very adult. With jokes like this,
Oh, hi, Uncle Rizzo. We just came back from the fair. Hey, that's a nice set of balloons you got there. Maybe you'll let me play with them later.
Maybe you'll let me play with them later.
What?
I wasn't supposed to say that one, was I?
well, don't forget quite possibly the funniest joke ever told.
Oh yeah.
Say, Simon,
Yes, Pepe?
what do you get when you cross an elephant with a rhino?
Gee, I don't know. What?
Elefino? Elefino?
Wow! Earlier, we said that the show had a mix of SNL. The reason being is that a lot of the sketches are just parodies, similar to what Saturday Night Live does. In fact, some of them are really funny, such as these.
The president of our society, I'm here for you and me. K-E-R.
Are we having fun yet?
M-I-T.
That's a swell university.
F-R-O-O-G.
Yes, Brosnan. Yes, Brosnan. Yes.
Something I love is the involvement from the guests, and it's great that they were willing to poke fun at themselves.
If you are a supermodel,
what are your superpowers?
yeah.
Well, I can do this.
Wow!
if I were a rich man. Digga, 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 dong. All day long.
What the? I thought you said he was going to do a country song.
Yeah, but he didn't say what country.
So, if the guest stars were good and the skits were funny, why was this show canceled after 2 years?
It was what?
Yeah. In fact, after the first season, Muppets Tonight was taken off of ABC and was moved to the Disney Channel for the second season. Because when I see something like this...
And I didn't sell enough chocolate at Christmas time. Marge, get that camera out of my face!
I think of the Disney Channel. And after that, it was canceled. Only 22 episodes were ever made, and one of them was a clip show.
When The Muppet Show was on the air, not only was it the highest rated show on television, but the reason it ended was because Jim Henson chose to, so he could move on to other projects. I think one major difference between Muppets Tonight and The Muppet Show is the style. Muppets Tonight is very risque, and they tried to be, dare I say it, hip. When you look at something like Six String Orchestra, and then look at something like Once in a Lifetime, yes, they are both great numbers, but you can easily tell that these are two different shows. Best example, the first act on The Muppet Show was Phenomena, and I don't even need to explain the impact that one song has had on the Muppets. But the first act for Muppets Tonight? Dancing Cheese.
Dancing Cheese?
You were listening.
But in my opinion, the biggest problem with Muppets Tonight is the heart is missing. Look at this scene from The Muppet Show. The story of the episode is that Gonzo gets an offer for a job in Bombay, India, which is his dream, so he decides to take it, which means he has to leave his friends. This leads to a very touching rendition of the song My Way. I won't spoil how the rest of the episode goes, but regardless, no matter how many times you see it, the emotional impact is still there. This image right here of Kermit and Gonzo just defines what makes these two shows different. These are two best friends parting ways. They may not want to, but they know it's what's best. The love that these characters have for each other, just how powerful it is and how much of an impact it can have on the audience, is what makes the Muppets so special.
Joshua, are you crying?
Shut up! To me, The Muppet Show will forever be timeless. And it teaches everyone that even though all these characters are so different, they can all come together and form a family and create something wonderful. But when I watch Muppets Tonight, I just get a sense of this was produced in the 90s and that's how it's always going to feel, like a product of the 90s. So, the one question I have is, why did we need a new Muppet Show? The one we have is perfect. Why try and do what's already been done? I have to give them credit for trying, but this whole show feels like it's trying to find that bolt of lightning that worked so well the first time. Although, in many ways, it's what started the Muppets' decline that almost caused them to fade into obscurity, Muppets Tonight is not a terrible show. Sure, it has its problems, but when it shines, it's hilarious.
What are your hobbies?
Well, I like to dress up in really pretty clothes and walk up and down my driveway.
What would you like to do when you grow up?
The same thing, but get paid millions of dollars for it.
You'll get New York, New York.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that my cue?
I'm bad conscience.
I'm good conscience. We're two of a kind. I think you should do the closing number.
And I also think so too.
While I don't recommend little kids watch this show, if you're an older fan of the Muppets, you should definitely check this out. Muppets Tonight deserves to be watched. At least a few episodes do. So that's the end of our review, but before we go, I would just like to thank Wallace for helping me out.
You're welcome. This was a pretty interesting review.
Yes, it was.
And thank you for showing me just how cool the Muppets really could be.
Glad I could show you the light, my friend. So, now I've reviewed a movie and a TV show.
So, what's next?
I think it's time to review another video game.
Good idea.
That means that Sid is going to be in that spot next time. But until then, thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time on JG Reviews. Oh man, I knew I shouldn't have gone to the bad side of town. Hope nothing bad happens. What was that? Probably nothing. Are you gonna put a fake bowl on my face and then get me sent to a Russian gulag? What? No, I'm just gonna knock you out. Oh. Number 2. Take him away. Don't kill him, just, take him somewhere where he can't escape.
Yes, boss.
Yes. It's time to get things started.